Today we want to find the last number or text, and it's very simple task if you have XLOOKUP function, because then you are looking for the true, and this true logical value you are looking based on lookup array when you are asking Excel is value is number, so you are using ISNUMBER function. So for us it's just this small array and the small range, and we are looking through in here, and we are returning values from the same range. But we have to remember that this is not enough. We have one more argument to put here, but when you will go with XLOOKUP like that, you will find the first number. We want the last number, so we have to add the last argument for XLOOKUP function. So we are searching from last to first, so we have to put here -1, and just like that we have found the last number, and we can in this matter find the last text. Just copy this formula in edit mode and just change ISNUMBER function to ISTEXT function, and just like that we have last number and last text. And when, for example, I would delete summer, the last will be winter. Ctrl Z, and I can put here, for example, 8, and the last number is now 8. And when we have XLOOKUP function, it's just that easy. But before XLOOKUP function, so before array Excel, we have to do more task. So we will be creating our function. So let's start from the inside. So we start with our ISNUMBER function, and we are asking about those numbers. And when I have dynamic array Excel, I can see the whole range, the whole formula results for this range. So we can see we have this false and true values, so the same values just like in XLOOKUP function F9. We can see those are the same range, the same array, and based on this array, when we have a true, we want the row number for this true. So we will be using if function that is looking at this number, and is this a number, we can return row function. So the row number based on range, and when we give row function a range, she will return array of row numbers. But to be more precise, we prefer to have row numbers counting from the first row from our range. So we have to subtract, so minus row from our header, and our header is A1 cell, and based on that we have a bit different array that starts from first row, first number, and we don't need the third argument for if function, and based on that we have false value where there's something other than number, and we have rows number when we have numbers, and we want the last value, so we can just use max function, and we have to remember down in previous version of Excel, so when we don't have dynamic array, this should be Ctrl Shift Enter, but I don't need this, so I have just 10 So in the 10th row there is last number. How can I extract the value from the 10th row? Well, using index function. So just give index function our array, our range, and then from our previous calculation we have the row number, and we have all function. Remember, in before dynamic array Excel, Control Shift Enter to have proper result, and we can see it's an int 8. And once again, when I want text, I just changing ISNUMBER function to ISTEXT function, and we have the same result. So basically this test defines what we are looking for, the last thing of what occurrence of what condition we are looking for. Okay, so I will describe one more example, one other formula for this. So once again we are looking for numbers, so ISNUMBER function from this range, and we can see we have false and true, and we have lookup function, not XLOOKUP, just lookup function, not even a VLOOKUP function. And we can look up in this function some values that are even with errors when our range array, and we want to find the last true here. And how can we find last true in lookup function? We can divide 1 by our test, and based on that we will get divide by 0 errors, and just once will be in the place of numbers when our condition is met. So in lookup function we can find, for example, 2 is larger number than 1. So lookup function now works on approximate match always condition. We'll find here the last one, because 2 is larger than all ones, and we'll find the last position of this one, the last one. So we have just to add for the lookup function our array, and it should be fine. We'll about Control Shift Enter even, and we have our 8. And once again, when we change condition from ISNUMBER to ISTEXT, we should find the last text. So once again, when I'm changing values here, all formulas returns correct last occurrence of a number or text.